Sziasztok, Molnár Ákos vagyok. A következő műsorunkban a Kodolányi János Főiskola észak-ír vendégeit kérdeztük arról, hogy mik a benyomásaik városunkról, Budapestről és a főiskoláról. A Belfast Metropolitan College-ből 20 diák és 2 tanár érkezett hozzánk. Hello everyone, my name is Molnár Ákos and I'm talking with Linda from the Belfast Metropolitan College. Hello Linda.
Hello Ákos.
What can you teach?
Well, I spent all of my working career as a broadcast journalist. I started when I was 18 years old working for the BBC in Belfast, yeah. And I worked behind the scenes as an assistant in the newsroom. And then I moved on to other production areas. And then I ended up as a journalist. I worked in the front of camera. I was a news anchor for the BBC, and then later for UTV, which is the independent channel, and then I worked for the BBC all over the world as well on a holiday programme, which was great fun. But my career came to an end in 2010. And so I moved into teaching after that. So I teach all the skills that I've picked up over the years. So camera skills, some editing. I teach journalism skills, how to write stories, how to interview people, just the whole range of broadcast journalism skills that students going out into the industry are expected to have these days. And it's a very varied job. You know, you need a lot of technical skills, you need confidence as well, you need clarity of speech. So there's a lot of things there, and I hope our course helps students to prepare for the world of broadcast journalism.
Dr. Joan, a lecturer in journalism from the Belfast Metropolitan College. Hello, Joan.
Hello there.
I speak a bit of you before this interview, and I know that this is a new project for you, so you don't have this one before. What do you think about it?
This project is absolutely unique in the European Union because what we're seeking to do is to lay the groundwork for an online radio and TV channel that all our students can contribute to. So what we want to do is bring our students over here to Budapest to introduce them to your facilities here, to your students, get people working together, and then after this residential is over, we'll get together with our management from Belfast Metropolitan College and from your university, and we'll see how we can take this project forward, because social media is a great tool of communication. So what we would really like, using initially English as the mother tongue, that our students will make programmes about Ireland for your students, and your students will make programmes about Hungary for Ireland, and we'll put them all and broadcast them on our online radio and our online television station. So really exciting days ahead for our 2 colleges.
And what do you think is in school or English skills is good enough, or I think we have an accent, but I don't know, maybe you can understand me or us.
Oh yes, I can understand you very clearly. I suppose as well what we're looking at is how you can help us with Hungarian. I'm afraid I'm not very good at speaking any Hungarian. I can speak Irish and Ulster Scots, which are 2 of the minority languages in Ireland, but I'm afraid my Hungarian is not so good at all. But your English is very, very good, and that's one of the reasons why we've decided that the mother tongue of our project would be English, because you folks speak English so well.
And do you have another cooperation between Hungary or Budapest and between Ireland?
At the present minute, the Budapest-Belfast project is working so well that we're going to develop that in the future. And one of the things which I'll be doing as a lecturer in journalism is to ask for more funding for more trips between our two colleges so as we can develop this even further. Because ideally what I would like as a vision is to combine what we do in Belfast with what you folks do in Budapest, and let's set up maybe our own online TV channel. Let's call it Bell Bud TV. And Bell Bud TV, this could be the best student TV online channel. Whenever people go to hotels in Ireland and whenever they go to hotels in Hungary, there'll be a special channel for Bell Bud TV. That would be a great initiative for all our students.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jordan Moreland and I'm with Adam Daly, and we're here to talk about the technical differences between Budapest and back at Belfast. So Adam, what's your first impression?
It is very different to what we have back at our E3 campus in Belfast, but it is still very professional. Where we would have a large studio, they have something smaller but still gets the job done.
Yeah, in terms of what we do, we have our own lighting, but this here is smaller, but like you said, it gets the job done. But do you think that you really need a big studio to get the job done?
You don't need a big studio. You need at least one camera and one light. One camera, one light, and you've got a good interview there.
What's your been impressions of Budapest so far? What do you make of it?
It's a beautiful city.
You have any favourite parts of it that we visited?
Not as of yet, no.
The food, have you enjoyed the food?
For the most part, yes.
What's your favourite?
The pike. The first night we here, we had pike, or I myself had pike perch, and I thought that was actually very, very good.
What do you make of Budapest so far?
Wonderful, really amazing experience. I had no idea that it was going to be so gorgeous, so I'm kind of blown away by it.
What are your highlights so far?
My highlights so far, well, actually still looking at the Parliament building across the river is pretty good, and it looks good at dawn, and it looks good during the day, and it looks good at night, so I haven't got bored looking at it yet. I suppose in terms of achievement, I think my highlight was finding my way to this college today. I'm really, really proud of myself, because I normally get somebody else to find directions and kind of just relax. And today I kind of felt, oh God, I've just given everybody this challenge to get here in 2 hours, so I've got to try as well. And I went with Sarah, my wonderful Budapest buddy, and we headed off across the city walking, and I had that kind of confidence, like, I know it's this direction, just keep moving and we're going to find that 105 bus. That's all we have to do, which seemed really easy, and it looked really straightforward on the map, so we were being very confident about just taking our time and looking at the buildings and taking it all in, and I was still really confident about, yeah, it's definitely this way. And we got to this junction and I wasn't really sure what way to go, and there were no 105 buses, there were lots of other buses, so I thought we better sit down and look at the maps again, and we'd arrived in a place called Astoria, which is like a metro station, and it's a big junction. I think it's called Astoria. And looked at the map and realised we'd gone way off track. You know, we were not going in the right direction, so it was a matter of, okay, got to reprogram here, retrace our steps. Shall we take the metro? Shall we walk? No, we'll just walk. And Sarah was really good in that she was just so loyal and kept her faith in me. And she just kept walking along behind me. And I thought, this is really good, because I don't feel that anybody's going to rob me because Sarah's walking along behind me.
Stephen, would you like to tell us a wee bit of where you're at and why you're here?
Well, I'm here because of a European programme, which meant that we can come to Budapest and team up with the university to sort of see how media and journalism differs from Belfast in the UK to Budapest and the rest of Hungary.
And from the first impressions, could you tell us any immediate differences that you've seen between here and Belfast?
The food's very different because they use a lot of paprika, which I wouldn't normally use in probably any of my dishes back home, because normally I just eat lots of junk food, so fries and pizza, but it was nice to sort of taste different people's foods, and the buildings are completely different to what we would see in Belfast. You know, I think they're much more exciting to look at, much more, yeah, just very exciting to look at in comparison with Belfast.
How have you enjoyed your day? What were you doing? Were you seeing any sights or?
Yes, we were seeing Parliament today, and again, it was the inside of it was lovely as well as the outside. We can see the outside from our hotel, so it was nice to sort of go inside and see if it was as beautiful on the inside as it is on the out, and it is.
Is there anything you're going to plan to do while you're here? Anything you want to do? Or?
I would like to visit the Hard Rock Cafe because I haven't been to one, and I'd also like to visit the Ice Bar because again I haven't been to one. I like to do things in foreign countries that I've never done before. You know, you can go to a normal bar in Belfast, so doing something different, you know, you can't really get an ice bar in Belfast because there's not one available. You just need to go outside in Belfast and you can...
It's cold enough.
Yeah. So that'll be exciting to go and do that, and just drink really as well in my free time. Not much more to it.
Talking with Anna about her time in Budapest so far, so do you want to just give a wee overview of your opinions of it so far?
Well, I've only been here for perhaps a day and a half, and I can honestly say that my impressions of the city, it is quite a wonderful city. The atmosphere is very friendly, very welcoming, especially as I've never been to Hungary or Budapest before. So whenever I was apprehensive coming here, but at the same time I'm very glad that I came on this trip because it's a lot different than what I expected, but it's a pleasant surprise in short terms. So
how does the atmosphere compare to back home in Belfast?
I would have to say that the atmosphere, Budapest is a lot more calm. It's a lot more flowing and a lot more peaceful, I believe, than Belfast. Belfast seems to be in this constant rush. You need to get from A to B to C. Whereas in Budapest, I feel like you can take your time. You can explore the sites. You can look around and take in all the sights. In Belfast, you don't feel that. You have to get to work at a certain time, or you have to go to class. And it's it's a nice change of pace, I believe.
That's good. So what do you make of the buildings around? Do you like just the architecture, that sort of thing?
I think the architecture is a lot different compared to the likes of Belfast. In a way, the houses or the buildings, each one is more different than the last. And it gives a unique spin, I think, on Budapest. It's like each building or each part of architecture has its own story, and that's what I love about Budapest. Everyone has their own opinions or their own stories after visiting Budapest, and I think in a way the buildings represent those stories.
My name's Haley Ferguson and I'm here today with Sarah Walker. And we're just going to be talking about, your first impressions of Hungary. You've never been here before, have you?
No, I've never been here before.
You've been here a few days now, so, what do you think of the culture and everything you've seen so far?
I think it's a lovely place. I really love the way that the buildings are, and I really love how the weather is. It's really lovely compared to Belfast.
I know it's really, really different, isn't it?
Yeah, very different.
Did you find anything else different, like the food or the culture?
The food is definitely different. I tried goulash for the first time last night. It was really lovely, actually. I also tried duck, which I wasn't too keen on.
Did you know anything about Hungary before you came here?
Only that they ate goulash.
Hi, I'm Stuart McQueen and I'll be speaking to Aidan Lavery about his first impressions on Hungary. So, been in Hungary for a couple of days now. What do you think of it so far?
The first thing I really noticed when I came here is how it was just the public transport. Seeing how in Belfast we have public transport that's somewhat efficient. The public transport here is leagues better with the forms it has and how efficient it is, really.
Yeah, it's a lot quicker, really, isn't it? Like trains will be
a bit more like London or Germany.
Yeah, it's noticed that. What have you thought about the architecture?
It's similar to architecture, similar to the transport, in that our architecture in Belfast is more modern Victorian, but architecture is a bit more Gothic. So it's a weird blend that I kind of like.
Have you noticed any split between the architecture in, say, Buda as opposed to Pest?
Not particularly. It's all kind of the same.
Is there any foods or even drinks that you're looking forward to trying? Or
Unicum.
Unicum? Really? You want to try more of Unicum? Oh, you actually want to take a shot of it this time?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Köszönjük, hogy velünk tartottatok. Sziasztok!